All right, let's get a little check in here. I know I'm a little dark today. I try to move some lamps around, but first things first, Chava, can you hear me? How is our audio? Want to make sure before we dive into the second fight of the night, which the first one has just ended. The winner was just announced. I won't go into that one right now, but can you hear me? Can you see everything and can you hear me? Yep, okay, that is good. That's definitely what we're looking for. Apple USB audio track. I think we just want mic. Okay. So Chava, audio levels are good. Is everything rendering okay? So this one ended with 38 seconds left in the last round. It actually went all the way to the final round. We've had some technical issues getting the stream set up from Germany and bringing it over here. So I'm actually just watching it on the German stream, and I'm going to be reacting to it. And when my friend gets here, we'll have two commentators, which will be cool. There's could not have been better timing. All right. Come on in. How you doing?
See ya.
You too. Welcome. Oh, you brought chess too?
Of course.
Perfect. Save some fries for you if you want them. First fight just ended. It went all the way to the last round. 38 seconds left. Got a checkmate.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't watch the beginning of the chess. We had. Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, we had a. We're still having some technical difficulties bringing the live stream in from Germany. So what I'm doing is watching the German broadcast on mute, and then we're having just English commentary over the German broadcast. So making it work. This is a little bit of background on this event. So Chessboxing Cologne is one of the fastest growing clubs in the world.
Really?
Chessboxing started in Germany. But it started in Berlin. That's where Ipe's first club was. That's the shirt that I'm wearing. But it started in the South because of this guy. His name's Deno. He's a really intense dude. Personal trainer, boxing background, knows some chess. But he has this like cult that has started in Cologne that is really, really talented in chess boxing. In fact, everyone that
he's in London.
Everyone. Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. We're gonna. Oh no. This is the second match. This is the second match.
Okay.
Yeah, round one. So we've just started the second match. Yep. So let me get you the info on these two. Hoffman has the white pieces, and he is from Chessboxing Cologne, and he's not from a chess or a boxing background. He discovered chessboxing by chance 6 months ago. Through Chessboxing Cologne.
He just hung his bishop.
And there's the lack of a background there. So
Black missed it.
Yep, we so beginner with the white pieces. Black missed it, but he is up against another novice. So Yuri, he studies architecture in Munster. He's also very new to chess boxing. So both of these are relatively new. The last match that we had was a lot more advanced than this. So I like how they started out the night with higher level chess boxing, so you can see what it looks like, more progressed, and then going back to beginners. You see the whole spectrum of chess boxing kind of from the get-go. Chava, how are our audio levels, and is the stream rendering okay? Is our bitrate okay? So anyway, Chessboxing Cologne.
Hung his queen? What? No. Played knight out and just hanging his queen? Is that the actual position on the board? No!
Oh, and he left it there. So there goes the queen. Yep, there's the face palm.
I'm so sorry. I very much come from a chess background. Like I grew up playing chess competitively, and this is just, it's very hard to watch, for me to watch sometimes. because I come from the chess camps, chess side of things, and this is very eye-opening. It's cool. That's what's great about chess boxing, though, is that you can come from it either direction.
Mm-hmm. So by way of introduction, this is Alex Selden, co-founder of New York Chess Boxing Club, which launches tomorrow. Do you want to give a little background of how you found chess boxing while we wrap up this chess round?
Yeah, so I started learning about chess boxing back in around 2015 when I was like a freshman in college, and I was very plugged into what Ipe was doing at the time overseas. And being somebody who's always been very physical human being who loves chess and grew up playing chess competitively, but also ski racing and doing some other things, and playing football, played varsity football while being the president of my chess team. It was something that when I learned about it, it completely changed my life. And it took me a very long time to actually actualize it. And I've been in talks with Matt, for I would say like maybe right before COVID, right? So like 6 years almost. So yeah, this is all, just a slow build to bringing it here to the United States, being aware about what's going on overseas, and trying to bring Ipe's legacy to New York City, where Wu-Tang first coined the term.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, so a couple years ago, we started trainings in Union Square Park. So we had the original New York chess boxing guy, Jared, out to those trainings. Some other people from the New York area, like Wayne Clark, came out as well. And we were just training right by the Chess Hustlers. So that's when, that's the first time that Alex and I met in person, I think 2021. And then prior to that, Jared was doing chess boxing in New York,
Jared's the OG,
late 2000s.
OG.
Yeah, late 2000s. And so, that's kind of the original, he was doing stuff in Gotham Gym. And with one of the guys, he actually had a live sparring session with Kyle Grasser, who's coming to our launch event tomorrow, who's another OG American chess boxer.
Pretty novice too. Not too bad though.
Yeah, they've both started. So the guy with the gold gloves is the guy from Cologne who just started both 6 months ago. It looks like in the dark gloves, the black gloves, he has more experience. He's keeping that rear hand high on his chin. He's setting everything up with his jab. He's doing pretty well with a high guard defensively.
Gold gloves is keeping his. He's not keeping his hands up enough, and he's doing these big haymaker punches that are keeping him open.
He's lowering his hands before he throws kind of more looping shots. Another sign of a beginner. But it's pretty incredible to see someone who just started this 6 months ago. Oh, we might have to subscribe to the Big Greek to not get these ads later on. But pretty incredible to see someone only 6 months in already taking a fight.
Straight out of the kitchen, into the frying pan.
Really love that. So kudos to him. Again, Julian is with the white pieces. He's 32 years old. He's the one that started 6 months ago. And then we don't have as much information on Yuri. But Yuri it looks like he has a little bit more boxing experience. And he's up a queen. So far, it looks like it looks like Black definitely has the advantage here on both fronts.
But God bless him for going in there so quick. I've been building this up for so I started boxing about 3 years ago and got to the point where I was sparring pretty regularly. And I never competed on a stage like this. 6 months out, I could barely even tie my own shoes boxing, if that. Tie my own gloves up, so God bless that guy. And this is the best way to learn and get better, because it's not about winning; it's about getting back up from the mat and keep on going.
Yeah, and he is showing a lot of courage. He is not timid. I feel like a lot of early boxers are kind of afraid to get hit. They're flinching more. I mean, he's really not guarding himself and trying to hit just as much as he's being hit. So it definitely lends itself when you're starting in boxing. It helps to lean into whatever you're innately like. So this is the same in chess. If you're naturally aggressive, you're going to want to learn more attacking, kind of risky openings. Maybe you're opening e4. You want to start with fried liver or scholar's mate kind of stuff, because it's fun. You start to take pieces or find checkmates. and I'm wired more defensively. So starting out for me, I never wanted to get hit. So all of my early sparring were really boring. They couldn't catch me. I wasn't landing many shots. It was just the Cold War. And this guy, Julian here, is the opposite. He's pretty exciting. So I'm excited to see him progress, because it means once he gets some more tools in his tool belt, he's going to be an exciting fighter.
Yeah, it's just the willingness, to get hit and hit somebody else that really brings the sport forward and gets you to learn something. I'm also the same way. As I'm definitely a little, I would say a little slow. My coordination isn't that great, but I'm not scared to get punched, which long term might not be the best strategy, but it's all about learning. So I definitely emphasize with his current strategy, although I try to keep up with the chess a little more. So
yeah, what is your ELO these days?
So I floored, my highest rating USCF was about 1746, around 1750. I've not nearly floored out, but I'm like 1670 USCF, but honestly, it's not really too accurate. I'm very competitive until someone's about, I have a lot of master scalps. I
Cool.
can definitely play over my level and frequently beat experts. But yeah, kind of fell off the competitive train, but we'll love to start going to Marshall again soon. So thankfully it's right in our backyard. And and also the reason I got into all this, or not, built up the chess part, because I realized that if I know how to box and don't know people in the chess world, it wouldn't be meant anything. So I actually run a chess club, Bushwick Chess. We meet every Tuesday, and for the past almost 3 years now, we've been building up a following, and big part of that was actually part of the plan of bringing chess boxing to New York City, is building the community in chess and merging it with the boxing. So we can all progress together and get all those connections in New York City going. So.
For sure, and a big part of chess boxing in Atlanta has been that Atlanta Checkmate Club community. So a very similar model here in New York. We started in a speakeasy barber shop that had a bar attached to it after hours, and
you just hung an exchange also. But who's to say? Yeah, going knight in the center there, you do not have enough pieces defending it. Also, now he's hanging the a6 pawn if bishop goes b7. So yeah, do not like black's game here. But God bless him, and let's see where this goes.
Queen could protect.
No.
Queen
Rook,
B6.
the rook would take on bishop would take c8, taking the rook, because the rook is attacking. Yeah.
I gotta move the rook.
And then if he moves the rook, you're gonna take the pawn at a6. Oh, look at that! Look at that ISO pawn on the e6 pawn. That doesn't look good either. And now he's hanging the g pawn as well.
Yeah, g6 is falling.
Yeah, this is.
And then e6 is in trouble.
Ooh, unraveling. Having the bishop that close to your face is not fun.
Still up a queen though.
Oh yeah.
So,
sorry, I totally missed that.
So I don't know how much it's unraveling, but he is losing some pawns.
He's getting counterplay.
Now he has a nice fork.
Oh, look at this. Oh, but it doesn't.
Yeah, it's protected.
It's protected.
He's got a double up. But he's not going out without a fight. He's still trying to create chances. He's still.
Okay, he blocks the threat. And that's what's so nice about this, is he can get back in there in the ring, and if he's coasting in the chess, he can make a point in the scorecards going down. Yeah, White's got to brick wall himself in this situation. But the bishop's going to come over to b6 eventually. He's going to have too many attackers for the pawn.
Wouldn't trade off my rook down a queen. Might have looked at something like rook e6. Oh, illegal
like
move.
Something illegal happened.
Yeah, illegal move. He's got to block with the rook. Because that bishop on c2 was guarding that square.
Oh, okay.
So he's got to block with the rook.
What is the penalty for illegal move?
It depends on the rule set. So different promotions use different rule sets, and this league is new. But if they're using our unified rules, then illegal moves count like knockdowns. So you get 3 in a round or 4 in a match. And I really like how the Finns do it, because they aggregate both knockdowns and illegal moves. So let's say you have 2 illegal moves and you get knocked down twice in a round, because those add up to 4, the match would be over, even though you didn't reach 3 or 4 on either single expression. And that just melds together the chess and the boxing even more, making it that much more of a unique sport instead of 2 separate expressions that just happen to be combined. It weaves them together in a more creative and inclusive kind of way.
Yeah, in our blitz and rapid tournaments, if you make an illegal move, your opponent gets a minute on their clock, and then if you make a second illegal move, you lose. So it's...
Shout out to Chessboxing Nation in chat, the London promotion, doing a chessboxing festival July 5th through 7th. They ask, how does White recover from the queen blunder? I think knockout is how you recover from that. He is trading off his power pieces now, so every power piece that goes off when you're down an exchange or down a queen in this case makes you further and further behind. So yeah, I really think gold gloves here with the white pieces needs to be swinging just like that with that big overhand right that's caught by the lead hand of Yuri.
And I can see he did not like the punches he's been getting, because he's actually covering himself better than in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yep, really like Yuri's jab. He's keeping him at bay. He's controlling distance. He's being very defensive. He knows he has the advantage on the board. That jab is really all he needs to get to the next chess round, which will probably end the match. Nice cross lance for Yuri. There's that rear hand glued to the chin again. Safety first, defense first.
Yeah, it's got good fundamentals.
That lead hand is starting to drop a little bit, which worries me with those big swing, looping right hands. They're not very technical.
He's getting
from Julian, but those right hands could do damage if they sneak by that lead hand. So I'd like to see that lead hand stay high. It's coming back down to his chest, which is a sign of fatigue. That happens to all boxers. But the more discipline, the more endurance that you have, the more that lead hand kind of stays at home and is able to stay in the way of that rear power hand. Thanks for the plug, Matt. No problem. Guessing that's Gavin. Gavin, excited to hear back once you chat with your team.
Gavin, you remember talking to me on the phone like 4 years ago about starting New York City chess boxing? Well, it's happening, dude. Thank you for your support.
I think Gavin was initially who introed us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how exhausting this is. I mean, especially for somebody who's just getting into it. Because I went into this with a triathlon background, and even with having done 2 Olympics and 3 sprints right before I started training boxing, it's a totally different sort of fitness, and it is it's the most exhausting thing in the world is to fight. So first even 2 rounds after that, oof.
Yeah, endurance athletes that try boxing, you think that they'd have a motor forever, but it's just you're sprinting again and again and again. It's like running 100-meter dashes, one after another. So just a very different kind of endurance. Not to say that cardiovascular strength can't translate. You just need to be training in the format that you're going to be competing in. Saw a little stance switch there at the end, maybe just for a little flair. He switched to southpaw, but basically that was his last real shot. Maybe he can delay long enough to survive this chess round and get one more boxing round, but that seems to be the last go at it for Julian with the white pieces.
Yeah, the moment that bishop goes over to the diagonal attacking that f-pawn, it's over. I mean, I don't see anything that White's going to be able to do in that situation. So I don't think this chess round he's going to last out of this chess round. I'd be very surprised if he did.
Yeah. Time will tell. Also, welcome Urban Rivals 1234 Landing. Welcome in. Thanks for being part of the chess boxing community. And you're here for English commentary on Chessboxing Live, a United Chess Boxing League event out of Germany. There is German and French commentary too, if you're looking for those. Chessboxing France is managing the French commentary, and German is the main channel. over at the Big Greek. So if you're interested in any of those other languages, check those out. Thanks for using the emotes too. Our mods have worked hard on those emotes.
Oh, you got a little boxing guy there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, not a great position here.
Yeah, so there's actually a mate in 2 here. Yeah, so he's going to come out queen. Oh, okay. Or he could do that. It was a mate in 3 because he could have gone queen f3 check and then brought the bishop over to b6 and then blocked the rook.
There's the mate.
But it's over.
Yep. Yeah, good way to find a mage. Scooped up a little extra material before he ended it, but Yuri, with the black pieces, solidifies his victory in his first chess boxing match. There he is, hands raised, looking very fit, very happy. And shout out also to Julian, just starting in chess boxing and getting his first match under his belt too. It's great to throw yourself in the mix early in your journey. You just amplify and accelerate how much you learn. And yeah, I mean, when I started in chess boxing, I had been off for 18 months after a shoulder injury, and my first fight back was the first round of the World Championship in Calcutta, India. So no ramp up, no. Although I would have liked ramp up, it's just the only event the rest of the year, according to Ipe, was coming to the World Championship. But
confidence will bring you very far with the sport of boxing, that's for sure.
Yeah, confidence or stupidity, not sure which it was, but it seemed to have worked out. So there's the medal, and a big round of applause.
Prize. There you go.
Everyone gets a medal. We're millennials,
There you go. And he should. It was a great effort and great contribution to the card. It was a very interesting game.
All right, so quick little preview. Next up, we are upping the experience levels of our chess boxers. So we have Aaron versus Cheyenne. I have no information on Cheyenne. He is traveling in, I think, from Russia, Russian Federation. And actually, Gav, this might be who is coming from your promotion, actually. I saw you post about them. Is this Cheyenne? Is this your fighter? And if so, could you give us some background on it? Because the commentary notes that they provided did not give us any. This is from Chessboxing Nation, Cheyenne Chessboxing.
He's a landlord, isn't he? Is this the same guy? I remember reading his profile a minute ago, but my memory.
Yeah, 1800 ELO. He is a property manager. Majored in business and management.
Yeah, he's an excellent chess player, and he's been chess boxing for some time now. I'm very excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, just stalking his profile right now, which you can do as well. Cheyenne_chessboxing. It looks like his first chess boxing match was 2020. So he's about 4 years in. And, I'm sorry, December 2019. So about 4.5 years in. Decent boxer, solid tournament chess player. Very cool. All right, we got some, he's the king of Persia. We have some Cheyenne fans in chat. Welcome in. And I will give you information on his opponent because I was provided information on Aaron. So Aaron is from the city of Reichow, probably butchering that. My German ancestors would be disappointed. In terms of occupation, he's a financial administrator. His goals are to become a grandmaster and to inspire others to play chess. He started playing the chess at the age of 11, taught by his father. His brother and sister also play chess. His brother is a chess professional. He became the under-16 champion in his home region of NRW. And he has a black and white miniature poodle Just that is just like a chessboard. So I don't know if that's natural or if that's.
He better have that thing on the ring walk. I want to see it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he should totally walk out with his miniature poodle. So Aaron Kallner is 75 kilograms. They're both in the 75 kilogram weight division. Aaron is going to have a height and reach advantage, 185 centimeters and 64 centimeters respectively. And in terms of ELO, wow, okay. Kallner is 2100 ELO. So about 200 to 300 points higher than Cheyenne. So looking at a slight chess advantage to, I believe, the white pieces. They have been putting the first fighter as white. So assuming he'll be with the white pieces, but we'll see if that's right in just a minute after this ad. And we'll get the third match of the night underway. Another big upset from Cheyenne. He's a giant slayer. Ooh, I like the sound of that. So he's an underdog. Has he been an underdog in other Chessboxing Nation matchups and ended up winning?
Yeah, I've seen him fight a couple times on their streams, and I think it was a win and a loss. I forget exactly who he was playing. But he's pretty well rounded. I didn't hear much about what was his opponent's name was
Aaron.
Aaron. I didn't hear much about Aaron's boxing ability. Did they write anything there?
Yeah, no information provided. He just has a height and a reach advantage, as far as we know.
Yeah, but if you can't walk, that's not going to mean anything. But we'll see. Interesting.
He won the middleweight title against a 2000, so he can beat stronger ELO chess players, and maybe because he can bang them up a little bit in the boxing.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, left of the microwave.
Oh, you want an OJ?
No, I'm good. I'm tea and water. I'm trying to fix bit rate, especially when these ads play. It kind of shakes things up a little bit. See if we can get a gifted sub from this channel as well. So last fight ending in the 5th round. We'll see how long this match lasts. Round 1 about to get underway. There's Cheyenne walking out. Looks like he may be the white pieces if they... yeah, he is. White pieces. First to walk out on that left side. 6 minutes on the clock, meaning it's a 7-round match. If you're new to chess boxing, the way that that's determined is time will always run out for one player in the last round. And the way that they guarantee that is, let's say it's a 7-round match. That means it's 4 rounds on the board, 3 rounds in the ring for a total of 7 rounds. 4 chess rounds at 3 minutes each is 12 minutes. 12 minutes divided by 2 players is 6 minutes on the clock each. So in the last round, even if both players have 1 second left, one of them is going to hit 0 before the other, and that will guarantee that it hits 12 minutes, 11:59, and thus having a finite ending to the match. One of the things I love about chess boxing is in the vast majority of our matches, there is an understandable finish. It does not go to the judge's subjective scorecard. There is a checkmate, meaning a checkmate position on the board, a knockout in the ring, or time running out on the chess clock.
We have some sort of Trumpomsky situation going on here. I play this for white.
Ooh, tell me about it.
Often. Trumpomsky, you can transpose into the Queen's Gambit if he plays over e3 and then pushes that c4 pawn. But he played a pretty reasonable response. Getting that bishop behind the knight immediately is important, so you don't get any double pawns after you push that e pawn. Fianchettoing the side bishop, lining up something for the king side down the road. I find pushing the bishop out a little bit to be a bit prophylactic, a little pointless a little bit. I think it kind of weakens your king side down the road, but we'll see how that goes. And they both have a pretty, even position here out of the opening thus far, I would say. Oh, looks like white is trying a queenside castle.
Typically when... Ooh, yeah, do you want to grab a paper towel?
Yep.
Typically when king's castle opposite directions, it makes for a very exciting game because each player has clear attacking lines down the opposite side of the board. So it's basically whoever gets to the king first. All right, we have a nice outpost on e5. We'll see if that's broken up with f6.
Yeah, it looks like black is trying to set that move up for white. Probably thinks that the bishop battery over at b7 is going to crumble the center. I don't think black's too scared of it and just kind of sees it coming.
Bishop battery? The fianchetto?
Yeah, the fianchetto.
Now we have a nice pin.
Ooh, hanging the pawn.
Yep.
Wow.
I love doing that in the stone wall too. Now you can retreat the bishop.
Okay, so looks like the lower rated player is actually winning on the chess thus far with that big ending. Scooping up that pawn and going for a nice attack. Beautiful setup there. It was really great play.
Great end of the round too. It's nice doing something unexpected that requires some study right at the end of the round. So getting the last move before the end of the round almost guarantees you'll get a slight time advantage at the beginning of the next round because both of you have to reassess the position, sit back down, pick up where you left off after boxing. Otherwise, you're at a huge risk of making a mistake coming back to what seems like a new position because you've just spent 3 minutes beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah, and also you get to be in your opponent's head into the boxing, which, definitely set the mood here. Gotta say, Connor's got a Sugar O'Malley look going on here.
Yeah, I really like the cornrows. If you have long hair, there is no good way to keep it out of your face when you box, except for being able to braid it, lock it up. I'm not seeing much many signs of a lot of experience from our stronger chess player. So it looks like Cheyenne is going to have a boxing advantage. At least that's my perception so far. Although I'm not liking how Cheyenne is keeping his rear hand down. Those hooks are kind of coming from low and weird angles, leaving him open. Maybe he just feels comfortable against a less experienced boxer keeping his hands down. Maybe he's baiting shots. But so far, the confidence is definitely in Cheyenne's favor. He's walking forward. He's controlling the center of the ring, which is called ring generalship. So he, I would say, about halfway through this round, has the advantage.
Yeah, he doesn't look particularly scared of Colner at all, and I think he's letting his fundamentals drop by a little bit because he doesn't seem particularly scared of him.
Big flurry of punches, 8-9 punches strung together. Ref separates. Referee is one of the best referees in the world for chess boxing. He was our primary referee in the last World Championship in Italy. In my opinion, I think he did the best job.
Oh,
nice jab to the body and overhand right. He goes for it again, but it's caught this time by Colner. But the first one lands and stuns, and definitely on the ropes is the German Colner.
Oh, he's bleeding too from the head. He's gonna have to see the cut, man.
Yeah, we'll see where that cut is. It doesn't look like a showstopper. No, it's just from the nose. You won't see the cut, man. It just, he'll get cleaned up in between rounds. Usually, when there's cuts around the eyes, they'll need to be addressed. And in lower level chess boxing, that'll end the fight.
He's really bleeding now.
Yeah, it's just out of his nose. That's pretty normal. The Shah dominating the center of the ring and on the board. That's right, CBN. Love to see your boy doing well.
Yeah, I know. Hearing that, it's a Shah, right?
Shah, yeah.
Shah. Hearing that that Shah was the underdog, didn't really strike me. I knew how experienced this guy is, and hearing nothing from Colner on his boxing ability kind of told me everything it had to, basically.
So a slight warning, not sure if that counts as a knockdown or not, but there may be one knockdown up for Shah going into this third round. Third round back to the board where Shah has a slight advantage. I wouldn't say a huge advantage. He's up a pawn, and I'd say it's about equal in development.
Yeah, technically I would say he's probably about a pawn and a half up. He's up a pawn, and then he's got a much more superior position of his queen strategically. But, it's not crushing, and somebody who's a 2100 will definitely be able to rebound.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a really clever trick he played, threatening mate and scooping up that pawn. Excited to see what he can do next.
Yeah, the question in chat is how many ounces are the gloves? Typically, there's 16 ounces for lower level chess boxers. Not sure if they're using that in this matchup. Shah has years of experience, so it may be less. But I would guess 16 ounce. And then maybe as low as 10 ounce.
Okay, looks like White is foregoing castling this match, which looks like a pretty good idea considering his advancement and development. Okay, bringing the queen over and threatening the c7 pawn. Oh, and hanging the rook.
Not good.
Yeah, and I can't stress this enough. If Colner wasn't getting slammed in the head, he would not be making mistakes like this. It is so hard to play good chess when you are getting pummeled with punches.
That's right. D5 is also hanging. Scoop up another pawn. He decides to go for the A7 pawn instead of D5.
Adrenaline pumping through your head. It's really hard to keep sense of everything that's going on. It'll make a 2100 look like a 1200.
Very tactical move there. I really like that D6 move.
Queen's gonna have to take.
Yep. But he makes it interesting where if the pawn takes, he hangs the queen. So he was setting his opponent up for potential mistake. He was up material, so he can take some chances like that. If your opponent's messed up, what would normally be an easy move to find in regular chess sometimes turns into a big conundrum, a big problem in chess boxing because of what Alex just said. When your heart rate gets up, when you're getting hit in the head, you are not playing to your full elo efficacy. You are much worse, to say the least. That rook is now hanging. Yep, he moves in for check. That's checkmate.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna resign.
Well, no, resign. It's over.
Oh, it's mate.
Yeah, yeah. The bishop on d3 is covering h7, so there's no escape square. And after he hung his rook, the queen swings in for the finishing blow. And I would, even though that technically ended on the board, I would say Shah won that in the ring. You know, he did a lot of damage. He made it so even if it was subconscious, Holner did not want to go back in the ring against Shah. So sometimes you subconsciously sabotage yourself because you don't want to go back and take more punishment. So whether that was on purpose or not, Shah with an amazing win, just like chat is parroting here. And yeah, bringing home the upset and showing what an experienced chess boxer is capable of, even down 300 elo points.
Yeah, he's been doing this for some time, and he looks sharp, man. That was quite the masterclass on his end.
I think the word for mate in German is Matt. So I see a bunch of like Matts in the German chat, which I just assume is is them saying mate. Slayed that 2100 noob. Yep. Yeah, new to the chess boxing community, but good experience to show, hey, time to learn some defense, time to learn how to use that reach advantage that he has, because he is pretty tall and lanky for this weight class. If he learns how to become an outside fighter, use that reach more effectively, and then use that 2100 elo, he could be a very, very talented chess boxer.
Yeah, maybe watch some striking videos of Sugar O'Malley fighting a little bit. Might help him out a bit.
Yeah, very interested to see if Sugar Sean will cross over to boxing.
Oh, definitely.
So
I mean, he's gonna have some sort of celebrity fight. He's gonna have.
I'd love to see him and Ryan.
Oh, he would. Yeah, that might happen. That's a good call.
They're already talking back and forth.
Oh, okay. You already see it
yeah.
in the horizon.
Mm-hmm. So that is fight 3 in the books. Shah the victor. I'll give you a quick preview of our next matchup, where we have no information on these two fighters. So again, this is this promotion's very first event. They wanted an English commentator because they're just getting off the ground. I offered to do it, and they threw their commentary notes that they're using in Germany through ChatGPT and forwarded it to me. So that's what we're working off of. But in this next matchup, we have Logan and Matthias. And it looks like this is a 90-kilogram fight. This is my weight division.
Big boys.
We have an orthodox versus a southpaw. So Logan is going to be the southpaw. Matthias is going to be the orthodox fighter. Slight reach advantage, just 1 centimeter for Matthias. And then about 7 centimeters height advantage. And then in terms of elo, let's see, this is not versus court. This is lower level chess. So these are really fun in chess boxing because you see a ton of mistakes. And I think it makes for more exciting chess. It can be a little frustrating if you're like, no, make that obvious move. But it makes it kind of entertaining and fun. So in this matchup, Matthias, the orthodox taller fighter, is 1200 elo. And the southpaw, slightly shorter fighter, Notch, is 1400. So that's Matthias 1200 and Logan 1400.
Yeah, so you might see me squirming in my seat as I watch the chess, but you know, it's so interesting because they'll be playing like six. They'll be playing like 2000s one moment and then just hang a bunch of pieces, and it's a real roller coaster.
Did I mean for this ad? No. So the German broadcast was not able to give me a live feed into the match. So what I'm doing is I'm watching the German broadcast on mute. I have asked the German broadcast for a gifted sub so that we do not see their ads, but they have not complied with that yet. So
Arcane Warrior it is.
Yep. Sorry, you're watching a little extra ad time here, but it's in between fights anyway. They're doing a good job of running their ads in between the fights so that you aren't missing any of the main action. So just chill. Now's a good time to go grab a drink, go to the bathroom, ask us questions in chat if you have questions about how chessboxing works and the format. But yeah, we'll be back with the next fight in just a minute.
Hey, chat, do any of you guys have boxing experience? Like to talk about it? It's amazing what ChatGPT can do.
Yeah, do you use it much? I still haven't really woven it into anything I do.
Those rules that you said were old were straight from ChatGPT.
Yeah, because they're pulling from an old Wikipedia article. And that's why I don't use it. Like, I know ChatGPT and AI in general is going to be very powerful in the future, but right now it's just riddled with mistakes.
Yeah, you got to know what the source is. Otherwise, there's a lot of misinformation up there.
Question for the champ: how do you normally balance your time between boxing and chess on a day-to-day basis? Good question. So when I was in training camp, I would wake up to road work and chess every morning. And that's just an easy way to log your miles, get really strong legs, get good cardiovascular strength, and also to guarantee that you're never doing chess in a rested heart rate state. I never want to be playing chess when I'm chilled out, because I will never be chess boxing playing chess when I'm chilled out. So you want to train in the same state that you're going to be playing chess in. A lot of people will have dedicated chess days or recovery days. I think that's actually counterproductive. I think you want to be doing chess right after you spike your heart rate, just like you will in a match. So that's one tip if you're looking to get into this. Try to limit how much you play low heart rate chess. Try to be getting into the same state that you're going to be in when you're actually competing. And then other than that, when I was training for the World Championship, I knew I was going to have to be using different openings and responses because you're fighting multiple times in a few days. So you can't just be using the same thing over and over again. Otherwise, a later round opponent that is in theory stronger because they're later in the tournament is going to be able to look at your previous games and prepare for you specifically. So what I would do is in the earlier rounds, I would use a more aggressive opening, hoping that I would have someone that's a little worse at chess than me, be able to checkmate them without giving away too much of my prep. And I would study those, again, never with a low heart rate. So I'm trying to weave together heavy bag rounds, sparring rounds, and then going straight over either to my phone or to a ringside chessboard and getting in reps with just going through my opening, going through algebraic chess, so trying to visualize where I would move the pieces if I don't have the physical chessboard, and then switching back and forth between the two. You also want to get really good at spiking your heart rate quickly. When you're sitting down for 5 minutes, you can get back down to a near resting heart rate. You want to get back up into a yellow, orange, or red zone as quickly as you can, because that gives you a little head start on your opponent at the beginning of the boxing round. So if you're already up to around 140, if you're already dialed in with a little adrenaline in your system, sometimes at the beginning of that round, you can get a huge advantage landing a big shot, which could lead to a domino effect of momentum working in your favor and winning the match against a stronger opponent like we saw in this last match with Shah.
Yeah, there's so much psychology going on here, and a lot of it has to do with how confident they are in their ability, and that it doesn't matter how good of a player you are. And Mike Tyson said it the best: everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. And I cannot stress enough how hard it is to play chess when your heart rate is through the roof. A great way to train is while you're playing against somebody, or if you're playing a little bit of a slower game online, doing push-ups in waiting for your opponent to start to make their move, which is a great exercise that you can do, at home.
Yeah, and anything is good. Trying to do something that will spike heart rate, like burpees, like squat jumps, things that raise the heart rate a little bit more than a strength exercise, could be beneficial as well. Thanks for answering. No problem, Urban Rivals. Thanks for being here. Also, that Tyson quote, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face. I spoke 2 months ago at MIT about chess boxing, which it included a chess boxing demonstration with Gotham Chess and the president of Chess.com, Danny Wrench, and that quote is how we started the talk and the demonstration. And it's a ubiquitous quote. It's universal. Most people have heard it if they're even boxing adjacent fans. And there's no arena where that's more true than chess boxing.
The epitome of it.
I'm not sure why. No, they're just reviewing the last game here. They're just breaking it down. So this is not live here. This was from the last match. I thought for a second there might have been an illegal move and they reset the board. And maybe that's what they're looking into here. But
no, it looks like
they're just breaking it down. Yeah.
Sorry, there's somebody I had asked a question. Does VR boxing count? I was asking if anyone had boxing experience. Yes, I will say VR boxing does count. I think any sort of boxing training or fighting or movement is good, and will bring you eventually towards the realm of full-blown boxing and or chess boxing. So kudos. Let's see, what was his name? Chessboxing Nation. Yes.
Well, it's Gavin.
Oh, it's Gavin.
Chess is lacking. A great resource is all of the free resources on chess.com will really help you. We do have a movers chess club that is for chess boxers. So you can join that there. There's tips on how to train and what to do and how to do it. So I'll throw that in chat now. Also, if you upgrade your chess.com account, you'll get unlimited puzzles, unlimited lessons, unlimited game reviews. And one of the best way to get daily reps in chess, and by extension in chess boxing, is to do puzzles in between your workout sets. So you're training your tactical mind to be able to assess chess positions, hone your pattern recognition, and find the best move while your heart rate is still high. So I really like that for drills. You don't always have to play games. You can also be drilling Puzzle Rush or puzzles, which is actually going to be our first lesson in the New York Chess Boxing Club launching tomorrow. We are going to learn how to self-train. So you're going to be able to, even if you just have your phone with the chess.com app, and a living room floor that you can do some burpee, squat jumps, and core work on, you're going to be able to start to become a better chess boxer even alone. And when I trained for the World Championship, there were no other American chess boxers in my city. I couldn't train the format with anyone else. So what I had to do was find little training routines or drills like that in order to do something in the vein of the hybrid sport, and not just train them both in isolation. If you train them both in isolation, you're going to lose to someone that is training them in tandem. It's just how it goes.
But the catch-22 to that is you can't really train them in tandem if you haven't trained them individually as well. Building up that experience with chess and getting into these communities too is really important, and finding your local chess club so you can, learn how to practice these things together, but also understand them individually at some level as well.
Yeah, I think that's straightforward. You have to know how to play chess and how to box before you can chess box. Because that last match ended so early, I believe they're just burning time until the next match. Pretty typical in combat sport events, which is why it's great that we have chat to be able to hang out and talk. Shout out to Chava, one of our head mod here. He started playing chess after Ludwig's Chessboxing, and he is over. What are you up to now, Chava? 2,300, 2,200 in puzzles. He is a puzzle master, and he'll bring his phone to the gym. He'll post it in our Discord, !Discord, if you want to get in on the puzzle exercises that we do in the Movers Chess Club.
Yeah, puzzles. That is what I tell people that are starting to play chess. You'll almost immediately be drawn towards theory and openings, but it is not nearly as important as building your board vision and really understanding the game, which, reading from a book isn't going to help you. You got to play chess. You got to do thousands of puzzles, and your chess ability will, go up very quickly.
Rick Singham says, in the Latvian team, we usually go up against each other between rounds, and I think it's great. I usually just go to the chess boxing lessons to get some extra boxing training, but I've had a lot of fun playing chess. It sounds like you're in the right place, Rick. Also, are you Latvian or just happen to live in Latvia? Best is 2,400, but average around 1,900 Puzzle Rush. That's an excellent job, especially for not playing chess prior to a year and a half ago. It's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of dedication, and another thing I tell people when they want to get better at chess is just because you can, do not play chess on the toilet. You gotta keep it, you gotta dedicate a little bit of time to sitting down there and putting your whole effort into it.
Wait, why?
Oh, why?
I played chess on the toilet.
My rating tanks. That is, if I want my rating to tank, that's where I play, and I like to.
But like puzzles, it's a great place for puzzles.
Okay, well, we can change that then. Well, only puzzles on the toilet, but being able to play chess everywhere nowadays is awesome. And the spread that chess boxing can get now, considering how many people are playing chess and how much easier it is to learn how to get better at chess is, something that's great about today.
Rick says, born and live in Latvia. One of the best chess boxers in the world is Latvian. He won the 2019 World Championship. I believe he went back in 2021 as well. But yeah, he's a beast. His name is Oleg. Does Oleg train with you, Rick? Oleg has over 100 fights, and he's over 2,200 in chess. So he's a beast.
10,000 puzzles. That is impressive.
Chava's a gamer, man. He grinds. He's a beast. He's here for pretty much every stream too, so we appreciate him around here. No, not as far as I know, but he sounds amazing. Yeah, and he's young. I mean, he represents the future of the sport, because I think in 2019, when I was commentating with Ipe, it was his first time in the World Championship. He already had over 100 amateur bouts. He was 2,200 in chess, and he was 21 years old. So it just represents the next generation, right? Like, we're getting it started, but very few of us are going to be able to be career chess boxers, if any of us. The way that you build a sport is really with the next generation. So huge kudos to the countries that are already investing in youth programming, countries like India and Russia that are in university programs that have hundreds of kids doing chess boxing drills, making chess boxing their main sport. Those are the countries and those are the programs that are going to lead the charge to chess boxing in the Olympics, or chess boxing as a more mainstream sport.
Yeah, America's playing catch up, but the moment it can get to the kids here is when we will really be able to compete.
We do have a French fighter in this next round. I knew I recognized Matthias.
Vive la France!
Yeah, France is another country and an organization that is doing an incredible job getting regular trainings, getting clubs set up in multiple cities, and just making it cool. You know, they had an incredible documentary sold to Canal Plus, which is one of the top. It's basically like HBO in France. And after that documentary, all these people, including shout out to Valentine, who just walked out. He's in the corner of the other French fighter. It basically made them into micro celebrities. I walk around with Thomas Cavanaugh and Valentine and get recognized. We were in Paris 2 weeks ago at a Bellator event and had multiple people come up and take pictures. So just making it cool wherever you are helps it grow so much more too, because people want to be cool. But the game's underway. We have a Queen's Gambit denied for white. And
he hemmed in the bishop here, which is something I don't always do when I play the opening.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks like he's being a little bit cautious. Playing this weird B3 sub-variation of the Queen's Gambit, which, you know, this is, I think, immediately out of book. This looks like some sort of house prep that I'm not aware of, but I'll be taking notes because I play Queen Pawn in the Queen's Gambit frequently.
And maybe we don't read too much into it. Again, 1200 and 1400 elo respectively.
I forget.
This might not be home prep from a grandmaster. This might just be like, we're gonna protect this pawn and see what happens. And
hey, the wacky stuff works sometimes.
It does.
And that's what's cool about being new to chess is you can innovate without even knowing you're innovating. So maybe I'll play B3. Okay, so I actually like pawn takes here because those pawns are kind of in their own island and not connected to the rest. Yep. Okay, good. I like that for black. Because those white pawns are actually going to be pretty easy to pick off if played properly. Don't know what B6 does, but... Oh, I guess he wants to get the bishop out onto B7. That's not too bad.
Especially at this elo level, I'd like to see, maybe not anymore, but I'd like to see a move towards a Greek gift. A G5, a knight G5, starting to target that back door of the king. I really like aggressive, mid-level elo kind of play.
That looks like we're going to get that in a couple moves.
Mm-hmm.
White is gearing up for attack, has his bishops all aligned, and he sets off the brakes, puts on the brakes a little bit, and plays bishop E2, which...
I think he doesn't want to open up his king. He sees that fianchettoed bishop. He doesn't want it to take the knight and open up the king. He's just playing super solid.
Which is, not in the Greek gift sort of mentality, but
right.
We'll see how that goes.
Kind of the opposite. Instead of sacrificing a piece to open up the opponent's king, he is retreating, defending, and playing super solid.
Yeah, and you see that a lot with players who are in the 12 to 1500s is that they don't know how to give up material to get initiative well, so they will just kind of hem themselves in and play very safe, and a more experienced player will be able to really clamp them down and be able to take the risks that they're not willing to take to get a positional advantage. So we're seeing safe play by white, which isn't necessarily bad, but not the fireworks that Matt and I want to see, but maybe we'll see those in the boxing.
And there's the bell. We have a relatively equal position, pretty slow chess. It looks like we're going to see a lot of boxing in this matchup. And that is one thing about French fighters, is because they get so many reps with other people that do chess boxing, generally the matches are much more entertaining and equal. They're longer. There's more back and forth because they've practiced the format. There's not kind of this adrenaline dump at the beginning of boxing or this crazy chess opening. It's definitely a general rule. There are exceptions to this, but it has more of a chance of going the distance.
Yeah, again, what Matt said earlier, you gotta practice by practicing with other people and doing chess boxing. It's independently, it's two different sports. Together, it's a whole different animal. So the reps totally help.
All right, gloves touch, underway.
And he's got a shirt on, which is, advertising Chessboxing France. Really aggressive out of the gate.
So from the southpaw in that right foot forward stance, he's the 1400, and he landed an overhand cross that stunned his opponent. He's getting a standing 8 count here. He is able to continue. That counts as 1 knockdown. If the French fighter in the southpaw stance is able to score 2 more knockdowns, that will end the fight in this round.
And that was, within 30 seconds, there was a standing 8 count.
I was just talking about not a adrenaline dump or a flurry to start out, and that's exactly what happened. So,
but that's also really common with amateur boxing bouts, is that you'll see them blow up the gas, go as fast as they possibly can in the beginning and then slow down. So I don't think this is any exception, but. Ooh, some uppercuts there.
Yeah, neither land. They go just wide, but you generally back up against the ropes. Best way to create some space is that rear uppercut.
And it looks like they're both already pretty tired, which is totally understandable.
I don't see too many signs of fatigue. Definitely the initial flurry has stopped. They're getting distance, time in. They're starting to download each other. I think the threat of another immediate knockdown or knockout has subsided. So the southpaw fighter is retreating back to his guard, looking for another one of those big overhand lefts that landed him the knockdown.
And getting his energy back.
Less than a minute left in this first round. Goes for that overhand left again, but it lands on the guard of his opponent. A nice hook to the head, hook to the body lands for the regular fighter.
Always a solid combo.
Keeps finding a home right underneath that right elbow of the southpaw fighter. Almost lands clean, but he takes away the range, comes into the punch, taking away its power too.
Yeah, it looks like the French fighter's getting a little bit more connections.
They're both French.
Yeah.
The southpaw fighter. Actually, what is this flag?
It's not France.
But
it's,
I mean, he's on Team France.
Yeah.
Valentine's in his corner. Maybe Czech?
Yeah.
Maybe Czech Republic. CZ.
Yep.
Yeah, it is Czech. So Valentine is from France. He's won 2 world championships. He's fighting next month in the Olympics. I'll be commentating that alongside MVL and Ludwig. Ooh, we haven't announced that yet. And someone else.
Not important.
And Valentine will be going up against someone from Chessboxing Nation, one of the OGs of chessboxing, widely considered the GOAT of chessboxing, Carl Strugnall. So this is a very, very hype matchup between 2 undefeated fighters. Many see it as a potential passing of the torch from one GOAT to the next. Valentine around 2250, ELO, and a very talented boxer. I still might have remnants of a concussion of training with Valentine last week in France. We had a lot of hard sparring rounds. That footage will not be released until after the Olympics, but I do plan on releasing it. And I know Carl is training very hard as well, so very excited for that matchup. And then the other matchup in the Olympics will be Sneha from India, a defending world champion, against Kenza from France, a newer chess boxer who just barely lost to Sneha in the last world championship. And this will be a world championship rematch, female fight in the Olympics, the night before the opening ceremony in IFC 6. Very excited to have a contract from the IOC. There will be 1,900 Olympians in the audience. There'll be 300 press, and then a lot of chess boxing fans in Paris on July 23rd. So Definitely, if you're in Paris, reach out. Let us know. We do have tickets we can allocate to chess boxing fans. And if not, look out for our footage coming out after the Olympics, after that fight, to see how those fights go.
Yeah, so I was keeping up with the chess game here. White made a bunch of befuddling knight moves, bringing his f3 knight over to b1, which was just very interesting to watch. And in the meantime, understandably, all his momentum has kind of left his position, and now Black looks like he's going to start teeing off on the white king side here, playing knight e2.
All right, Chava, take care. Have a good night. Thanks for being here.
Ooh, setting up the mate in 2. Beautiful. Winning the game. Yeah, you missed it. You played a beautiful knight move. Knight check on e2. Set up the queen check on h2, and then the eventual checkmate on h1. Awesome. That was pretty cool, actually. And actually, I think that was avoidable if any way he took, he was going to be mated here. Very cool tactic. If he took with the bishop, the knight, or the rook, it's all going to have the same ending.
Very strong by the black pieces. Another checkmate victory on the board. Definitely informed or helped along by the boxing in the first round, getting some fatigue, maybe missing something that they otherwise would have made. That overhand left hand doing some damage to his opponent, lifting him up. Good sportsmanship. And so France takes this one home away from Czech. I'm sure Valentin is happy, regardless of who wins, either the fighter that he's cornering or his countryman. But Logan, the French fighter, the southpaw with the black pieces, ends up taking this victory home. Pawn Addict in chat says knight takes e2, saves it surely. We'll have to see the position again to verify that one.
Oh, it does. You're right.
Knight g1
He's
preventing
right.
the mate.
Yeah, because knight. Yep, you're right. Knight takes, and then he'll be able to hem his knight over to what is that? G1, right? And then prevent checkmate. But he still would. Oh, it would be a much better position because it would be the exchange. But it's a lot easier to see positions when you're not drenched in adrenaline. So it was a great combination, regardless.
Yep, kudos to France for taking that one home.
Yeah, thank you for that, Pawn Addict.
So my host needs me to take a picture of some lease renewal. License renewal. This has got to be it.
You can send me the link for this, by the way. Stream.
It's on my story. I think I tagged you. It's twitch.tv/movingwithmatt.
Okay, great.
And then it's also on YouTube at Moving with Matt. It's all the same.
Rad.
Came out the back.
There you go. There's the link.
You need knight h3 to force the mate instead of knight e2. Okay. Cute line, impressively solid after a round of boxing. Always, yeah. Definitely tougher to see things that would otherwise be easy. Chesscorn, I appreciate the follow and welcome in. How did you hear about chess boxing and how did you find the stream? Also, Donbor, thanks for the follow. I think I missed yours from earlier. We've been talking to Rick, but Rick's in here too. Just a little bit of time. Again, another early checkmate, so we will take a little time in between these fights. Good time to bathroom break, grab a drink, whatever you need to do. I'm going to get some more water here. Do you want anything?
I'm good, dude. Thank you, though.
Also, Gavin, thanks for sending that database link for Shah. Saw it late, but I appreciate that. You playing tonight?
No, I just got to get a workout in. I spent the whole morning cleaning my house. But no, nothing on the docket. How about yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think one more good night of rest will finally kick this, whatever I'm harboring.
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit. Hopefully better than usual.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are getting sick, so I understand that.
It's back to... But I want to be on for tomorrow. My friends are going to a talent show tonight, and one of them is participating in it. So if I feel up to it, I'll go to that. But,
A talent show, that's interesting.
yeah, it's like an open mic.
Oh, nice.
Basically. And he's a freestyle rapper, and he takes recommendations from the audience, and he like weaves it into a freestyle rap. He does it on TikTok and stuff too. We'll stick around till the Latvian match-ups are over, since it's getting a little late in Latvia now. Yeah, I guess it's 6 or 7 hours ahead. You can stay up later, Rick. Come on. Support your countrymen. Chesscorn found out from Ludwig's event and loved the chessboxing content since. Really appreciate that, Chesscorn. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Ludwig's event definitely changed the trajectory of chessboxing forever. Definitely feel grateful to be involved in that event, and stay tuned for an announcement coming from our team over there too. I almost let something slip earlier, but there's more on the way.
But wait, there's more.
So next up, we do have Edgar's Rate against Ofeo. This might be the first Latvian matchup. Maybe Rick, you can confirm. Does that sound right? Ofeo and Rate. And Ofeo, it looks like it's a switch fighter, so he switches between Orthodox and Southpaw. Edgar's is from Latvia, so Edgar's is an Orthodox fighter. This is a 75 kilogram matchup. Edgar's dropping down from 78 kilograms to 75 for this fight, and a pretty significant reach advantage for Edgar's as well, 68 centimeters to 61. The chess here is looks like a pretty significant advantage for Edgar's. Is that right? Hold on. I'm sorry, pretty significant advantage for the other fighter, for Orfeo. Orfeo is rated 1200, and it looks like Edgar's is 800. So this will be another lower level chess match. We'll see how their boxing is, but that generally makes for some pretty exciting mistakes and checkmates and whatever else.
And heart attacks on my part watching it. But yeah, I do feel like to get into chess boxing, it's a little bit easier to be into boxing first and foremost. How do you feel?
Sorry, I was reading something in chat. Can you repeat
You're
that?
okay. No, as far as people getting into chess boxing, would you say more people are from the boxing end?
No, I would say more people are chess. Because of the exposure into the chess.com community, we have a lot more chess players looking to get fit than we have boxers looking to learn chess. So I would say that the community in general leans chess currently. And, you know, it'll naturally balance itself, but would love to break more into the traditional combat sports community, which is why we've signed a broadcasting agreement with Fight TV. So starting next month, Fight TV will be broadcasting the last World Championship matches from Italy, and we'll be onboarding promotions from around the world, including the IFC. If Gavin gets back to me about Chessboxing Nation fights, maybe we'll see those up there too. But we will be having access to over 7 million subscribers on Fight TV that are combat sports fans. And with that kind of exposure, we think that a lot more traditional fighters will be able to find out about chess boxing, and thus some percentage of them will be interested in learning the sport and getting involved.
The funny thing about boxing in New York City is I've found a lot of the boxing gyms I've gone to, they've had chessboards in the boxing gym even without even knowing about chess boxing.
My home gym was the same way. Prior to me even competing in chess boxing, there was a chessboard right by the ring.
It's the mystery.
I will answer this question by Helpstone. Helpstone, thanks for the follow and for the question. German commentators just said stalling during chess for the next round of boxing is not allowed. What are the rules regarding that? So there are rules that protect against excessive stalling. That being said, we cannot read minds. So if you know you're in a bad position, but you look like you're assessing the position and there are multiple options, the arbiter cannot step in to force a move until it's clear that you are stalling, or that enough time has gone by for a maximum move, which the time for a maximum move depends on the promotion. A nice general guideline is 30 seconds, but that is not canon across every promotion. But once you are deemed as using excessive time, then the ref will start a standing 8 count, just like in boxing. So you'll actually see a count up to 10, and you have to make a move before they reach 10. Otherwise, you get essentially an illegal move or a knockdown in that chess round. So yeah, there are rules that protect against it, but if you can afford to take a knockdown and it buys you more time to get to the next boxing round, and that's the only way that you can win, then that's a strategic decision to stall on the chessboard to get to the next boxing round. Sometimes, depending on the referee, they can count a little faster, or they can call the match if it's clear that you're flagrantly doing it to the detriment of the match and thus the show. So we have had that happen in the past as well. But as a general rule, and my belief in terms of where I think the rule set should grow into or evolve towards, is time is your resource. You can use it just like you use your pawns as a resource. You can sacrifice them. You can sacrifice time, and it is all part of your strategy to win the match by checkmate or knockout.
Got to be scrappy.
So I actually don't like when refs involve themselves too much in maybe counting prematurely. I think that hurts the nature of the competition. In longer chess boxing matches, I could see how it would hurt the viewer with thinking too long or stalling for time with nothing going on the board. But in shorter format like this, I really like 7-round fights because you get basically a blitz game. You can't stall too long because you're gonna lose on time. So 5-round fights, 7-round fights, I really like the refs kind of staying out of the time and letting fighters use their time how they see fit. Even if that means getting to another boxing round. Who doesn't want to see another boxing round? You know what I mean? Like it isn't about who can win the fastest. It's about entertaining the audience and letting the fighters use everything at their disposal to try to win.
And stalling's always going to be at your detriment at the end of the day because those seconds are really vital.
I wouldn't say always.
Yeah.
Because if you get another boxing round and get a knockout.
But I wouldn't say that it should not be your central strategy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a scenario where stalling would have been useful in this fight card would have been that second match where the queen was lost relatively early in the match. I would start taking a lot of time with all of my moves in order to maximize my time in the ring. So the more that I can use that resource of time on the board to maximize how much time I get in the ring. That's where stalling would be a very viable strategy. Is you're already at a disadvantage on the board, and you want to try to knock them out. I was thinking if I was getting mated in one move, I would have waited to move. Yeah, mate in one is one of the scenarios where they'll start counting faster than 30 seconds. If there's a clear move, like if you can only move to one square and then it's mate in one after that, they will not let that get to another boxing round generally. If it's less than 30 seconds, they might let it go to another boxing round because that's electric. Everyone knows what they're about to watch. The person who's about to get mated needs to knock them out. And so it turns into this really fun round of cat and mouse where you're basically seeing if this guy can't knock him out, then he loses on the board. And that can be really entertaining.
And I actually think that adds something to chess that chess doesn't have, because in chess, if you're dominating your opponent, it's actually seen as courteous to resign. But here, you should play until there's no oil left in the candle. I mean,
no resignation.
Yeah.
If you want to be a good chess boxer, start playing all of your chess games until the very end. Even if you have only your king left and your opponent has all of their pieces, try to find a way to stalemate yourself. Try to find a way to survive a few extra moves, because that could mean getting to another boxing round. It's really good practice. Someone was asking about chess boxing specific training before. That's another way that this differs from just learning chess. If you're just learning chess, you're learning when to resign, because it's a respectful part of the game. But if you're learning chess for chess boxing, you never resign. You always try to prolong the game.
Throw it out the window. And snarling and growling at your opponent while you're about to lose might help, to make them resign too if you scare them.
But one thing I did in the 2018 World Championship was I would start my breath work towards the end of the chess round. And my opponent said after that it would distract him at the end of those chess rounds. So there are those little things that might not, decide the match, but that could give you slight advantages in certain components of the match that may help. So, I think you were making a joke about snarling, but it could actually work in your favor if you do some mind game kind of stuff. Another good mind gamer is Carl Strugnall. He does a great job kind of getting in his opponent's head and being really entertaining for the audience. So shout out to Carl on head games too. He's a worthy adversary. He and I did a show match in the last World Championship, and he was being playful at the board, and I ended up blundering a queen. So yeah, it definitely works.
Yeah, you gotta be scrappy, and you gotta know when not to quit, and just put on the heat when you have to.
Mm-hmm. Loving these ads from our German broadcasting partners. Next time, United Chess Boxing League, please either give me the direct live feed or make sure that these ads aren't playing for English viewers.
Unless you want to buy, what was that, the Road Warrior? Arcane Warrior. Get a nice German all-terrain vehicle.
All right, next matchup we're getting set up for. Fighters have already walked out. The noise canceling headphones are on. Again, Edgar is from Latvia. He has 800 elo, and he is the switch fighter. So shout out to Rick, who is supporting.
Ooh, bringing the queen out early. Look, the German broadcasters are losing it. Okay, played the safe queen f3. Good idea, not hanging that e4 pawn. So everyone knows the idea is to use baiting g3 for queen check and picking up the rook, but white had none of that and saw it coming from a mile away.
Well, there it is now.
And now we can safely play it because there's no more threat, and the queen, black queen, is in an awkward position.
And f6 has been played. Shout out to GM Ben Feingold, my grandmaster from Atlanta. Never play f6. It's just
don't do it.
Yep.
All right, brought the knight out, but you know that d pawn is just begging to be pushed up and attacking that black queen. See if he'll find it.
So this 800 elo from Edgar, the Latvian fighter, is showing, but Rick says in chat, my first ever spar was with Edgar and he kicked my ass. So excited to see how he is in the boxing ring. Should be a pretty fun matchup. And we'll see if the German fighter is able to capitalize on this awkward queen positioning and being behind in development is Latvian.
Oh, looking for the knight fork on c7.
Also, d2. Well, the bishop defends, but
well, now the d pawn can't move.
Yeah, d is pinned.
Yeah, can't move. Oh, brought the bishop
not
back.
anymore.
Weird double pawns if the knight takes the bishop, which I suggest, because those are garbage.
Touch move.
Oh,
so
but now he plays the pawn up. Okay, attacking the queen. I would have.
Let's see if he sees it too. This is a discover attack. So sometimes these are tough to see, and he does not see it. So that queen is falling.
He does not, because white is in check, so the queen isn't going anywhere yet.
Well, now it's a fork. So
Yep.
he either loses the bishop or loses the queen.
But he still might not see that his queen's hanging, so we'll find out very soon. And but he said this is aggressive. Don't know if it's good, but kudos to him for.
What is happening?
No.
This is why low-level elo chess is fun. It's like, what the hell? He's throwing everything at the white piece and seeing what happens.
Everything is hanging. Everything. There's four different black pieces hanging right now. So we'll see which way he picks the apples from the tree.
Just take the queen.
No. If he takes the queen, the white queen is gone too. Knight takes, check. So he's got to take the knight first.
That's a good point.
Or the bishop, because there's a trap. So he should probably just take the knight with his knight.
Crazy position.
Yeah,
Good
it's
catch.
classic low-rated shots.
And incredible position to leave off on, because now White is going to have to come back after this boxing round and make the decision of what to do next. And we'll see how the German fares against the Latvian, who we know is a pretty good boxer from our chatter, Rick. Also, look for the Latvian to be switching stances. He goes between orthodox and southpaw. Another famous stance switcher is Mike Tyson. So that can set up different angles for your shots. It could be either a sign of a very technical fighter or a very powerful fighter. Generally, when you're skilled at stance switching. Also, a lot of MMA crossover guys will stance switch.
What was the drunken boxer's name? Professional boxer who would always be switching and looking.
Like fighting drunk?
No, not drunk, but he had a drunken style where he was always switching feet. I forget. Edgar?
Frankie Edgar?
No. It'll come to me.
I mean, this guy's name is Edgar.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
This. Okay, so he's in a southpaw stance right now. Good rear cross lands from the southpaw stance. That's really the punch to look out for in an orthodox versus regular. I don't like how off balance the German fighter is. He did land a shot there, but his weight is shifting back to his heels. It's making him have to catch himself after he throws shots. So far, he's holding his own against the Latvian fighter. I would actually give him an advantage, especially after that lead hook lands on the chin and puts down the Latvian fighter. And he is getting a count for that, so that will count as the first knockdown of the round. He is able to continue. Rick, what do you think of that one? Lead hook landing on the chin of your countryman, putting him down. Is he hurt, or was he just off balance?
Yeah, that almost looked like a trip sort of situation. But he's looking a little rattled in there, doing some holding, trying to get his cognizance back.
Good way to bide time is to grapple, to wrap up.
Ask the heavyweight division. That. Yeah, he's doing a lot of mouth breathing. See his mouthpiece.
Yeah, I don't like the lead hand extend it and either holding or resting on the opponent and then just throwing one hand leaves you open for so many shots. He wasn't punished that time, but not something I would recommend.
Yeah, we'll see how as this progresses out of the excited, bustle of the first couple minutes and see if they can get into some sort of rhythm here. See if the Latvian can establish some dominance in there.
Yeah, I would definitely say I would say beginner to intermediate boxing experience. More experience than some of the previous fights. But there is the second knockdown count of the round. One more, and it is over for the Latvian. Can he survive the 40 seconds left in the first boxing round?
He's got plenty of time to do
and
it.
And he has called it.
Wow.
That was technically the third knockdown. I guess one of those knockdowns where they separated after the grapple counted. Therefore, after 3 knockdowns in the round, the German fighter wins. Wow. We thought the Latvian was going to have an advantage in boxing, and it turned out to be the complete opposite. The German fighter, Mariano, bringing home the victory via TKO in round 2. Congratulations to Germany on that one.
Yeah, not to say the Latvian wasn't, he definitely had his fundamentals there, and I'm sure, Rick, you guys had some great sparring sessions in the past, but looks like the German was a bit of the stronger man tonight, but I'm sure he'll come back and hopefully, give him a good rematch down the road.
Rick says, I was not expecting that. We weren't either. Mostly because of your synopsis of Rick's style. Not Rick. Edgar's style.
Hey, who's to say? I mean, this is the home country advantage, right? It's hard to gauge things sometimes.
It is hard to travel in for fights. I went to India a week and a half early to acclimate to time zone and food and everything else to do the last part of the weight cut. But anytime you're changing time zones, it's really, really tough to feel like you're full energy, feel like you're able to perform at your best unless you go and you acclimate ahead of time. Although Latvia and Germany are not too far apart, I think only 1 time zone separation. But still, traveling in general will sap some energy. Had my hopes high. He won't be giving up. Sure, it'll motivate him even more. Absolutely. And at a good boxing level and 800 ELO, he has a lot of room for improvement, a lot of progression. I would love to see him back. Maybe in like a chess boxing light category in the next World Championship would be a good option. The next World Championship is hosted by Russia in a neutral country. We are doing Armenia this year, so very close to Latvia. So hopefully a lot of Eastern Europeans will be able to make it out, and we look forward to seeing Edgar's back in the chess boxing world. A big congratulations to Afeo Mariano. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but taking home this 5th chess boxing fight of the night. And we have one more tonight, and it's against, it's between 2 men named Ruslan.
The battle of the Ruslans.
Yep, so one from Latvia, one from Germany. and we'll see who gets to keep the name Ruslan. But a lot of background information on these two. This is a heavyweight matchup in the 100 kilogram weight division. Ruslan, the German, is age 47. He is the team captain of the first, I guess, I don't know what that is, chess club, Schach club, hall from 1946, and he won the city championship in 2008. So very strong chess player. Actually 1649, so very close to your what you said your ELO was. And then he is up against Ruslan the Latvian, who was born in Riga, which is formerly USSR. He practiced swimming and Greco-Roman wrestling as a child, but took a long break from sports until he found chess boxing. He has a family with 2 children. He started martial arts at age 35, initially in MMA, but got injured, and after he recovered, he joined the boxing boxing gym at a friend's invitation. He's trained in various clubs in preparation for this, sparring, and trains under an esteemed boxing coach named Valera Mika Laukas, who is the president of the Latvian Chess Boxing Federation. So looks to be a higher level matchup. The German fighter is 1550 ELO, and a southpaw, and the Latvian is 1650 ELO. I'm sorry, flip those. 1650 ELO for the German, 1550 for the Latvian, and another southpaw versus orthodox matchup, which is a lot of fun to watch. Rick says he also trained under him. What should we look for, Rick? What kind of what kind of style does he have? Is there anything that you can tell us about him?
We'll believe you this time, promise. Okay. Matt, do you know who the Wizard of Riga is?
I do not.
That's Cal Tal, the former world champion.
Okay, yeah, nice.
Greatest Latvian chess player ever.
And one of the reasons why Latvia is so big in the chess world, generally when there is a world champion or a very high-level player, it creates a generation of talent that look up to that great player. A good example is Ding Liren. Now, Chinese youth programs are popping up. The female chess champion is also from China, and we're seeing now the effects of Vishy Anand being world champion from India, and all this young Indian talent that is now dominating the professional scene.
And it's all from him. They're basically showing them how to be a world champion and teaching them, putting them under his wing. Prague, Gukash, it's amazing what India is doing.
Chatter, recent follower, Bradonis, thanks for the follow. We need chess boxing in Arizona. Reach out. We have a packet that can help you set up a club in your local city, local boxing gym. So if you do want to help start one up, we can help you at least with the opening. Leave the mid game and the end game up to you. But if you want some sample lessons, if you want a checklist of what to do and how to do it to set it up in your city, we've done so in other cities like Atlanta, LA, Boston, now as of tomorrow, New York. So if you want, reach out, and United Chess Boxing can help. Rick says, this match won't disappoint. I haven't had too much talk or sparring against him, so I can't say much. But he's great at chess and gave me quite a few pointers, so hoping for good things. So Rick cheering for his countrymen. Very excited to see that. Looks like we're getting an interview from the previous winner, the German, while we gear up for this, what I believe to be the final fight of the night.
Yeah, sounds like they're saving the best for last.
It does look like there is a slight weight discrepancy between these two. The German is about 7 kilograms heavier. Both could be considered heavyweight division, but The Latvian is 93 kilo, and the German is 100 kilo. So something to look for with that weight discrepancy too. Might be a little bit of difference in mass and thus power, or a little bit of a difference in endurance and stamina. So just something to keep in mind.
Well, that's something that's so exciting about heavyweights, and you can see this, in professional boxing with the Zhang versus Wilder fight.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Wilder's best is lanky power at like 215, 218, and Zhang is like I think 270.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's great about heavyweight boxing.
Wilder's already had to go against another giant in Tyson Fury, who's around 290 when he fought, and we saw how much that weight played a factor in that matchup, where Tyson would grapple, you would lean on him, you have to hold up a 290-pound man, it saps your energy, it takes your legs away, and all that dirty gypsy boxing that Tyson had just did a number on Deontay. So we'll see if Zhang can do something similar, or if this helped Wilder prepare for a bigger boxer by already taking down the Gypsy King once, and not winning, but being able to knock down someone that big.
My money's with Zhang, and I think Wilder's washed, but that's my opinion. Yeah.
Nice, okay. Yeah, Zhang is a beast, and I think he's lesser known in the heavyweight boxing scene, but he is formidable.
He's always scary, and that fight with Parker was a classic.
Yeah, it was
awesome.
It was very entertaining. Yeah, really love what's going on in Riyadh. Say what you will about the Saudis, and what they're doing outside of sport, but how they're bringing the world to Riyadh, and how they're making some of the best boxing matchups in history. I think an argument could be made that they are saving the sport of boxing just by throwing money at it.
Yeah, throwing money at it and not having that bureaucracy just seeped into every single fight like it is in America, where it's so hard to get the best to fight the best here. It's just there's too many cooks in the kitchen, and over there's one cook. He's got a bunch of money, and they're all in the same the same stance that the sport and the money should be spent on making them into a powerhouse. And I'm happy it's happening personally. I want to see these fights happen. I want to see the best fight the best, and if that's what it takes, America dropped the ball, but see if we can do better with chess boxing.
Yeah, we're actually in talks with Riyadh about including chess boxing in the next phase of their plan. They're investing in 3 esports coliseums, and chess is part of their plan. They have already invested heavily in boxing, so there's a natural intersection for chess boxing in their plan. So look for something in Riyadh in 2025 if everything goes according to plan. But very excited about what they're doing over there, and how it could affect not just boxing, not just esports, but our little community of chess boxing, little but growing. Rick saying you could see his Ruslan being quite explosive in boxing, and we'll be waiting for their return to Latvia.
The great battle of the Ruslans. We'll see. Cheering for both of them over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, this will be fun. Nice long ad from one of the sponsors for United Chess Boxing League, which is Chess Tiger's Shop. So if you're looking for ways to improve in chess and you are local to .de is German, is Deutschland, yeah. So if you're in Germany and you want to shop for some chess merch, they are making this chess boxing event possible by supporting this card. So check them out. And if you aren't there and you want to support chess boxing other ways, ! Chess, you can get a chess.com account, and upgrading through that link will benefit United Chess Boxing. You can also join our club on chess.com, where we do regular arenas. Every Monday we have an arena that's broadcasted on Chess TV, where you can win a chess.com membership. On Sundays we do a bullet arena that's fun, sweaty Sundays. So if you want to get involved with that virtually, you can check out those 2 links as well. And if you are on Discord and want to join a Chessboxing Discord, there's the link to the Movers Discord.
You ever go to the chess forum?
The forum, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That is.
So you said farm. I was like, chess farm.
Chess farm.
Sounds fun.
Chess farm is like the old Russian chess machine. But I was talking about the chess forum in the near Washington Square Park, in New York City.
Like NYU campus, right?
Yeah, right near NYU campus. Is the only chess store in New York City.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you go in the back there. There's like a row of tables that you can play at, and a bunch of like really old like antique sets too that are really cool to look at. Even if you aren't interested in buying something chess, it's like a museum almost. You can go in there and wander around.
It is rad. You go down to West 4th Street, grab a coffee, go sit over there late into the night. Like I've been there at 2 a.m. There's this.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's there's this crazy. One of the guys they have there is this dude named Muhammad, and Muhammad is a nasty 22, 2300, and he also is just very, he's aloof, and he's rolling himself spliffs and going outside and coming back and just playing chess all night and showing people positions. It's just a wonderful place to play chess, and one of the reasons why New York City is one of the best places to play chess in the United States.
And soon to be one of the best places to chess box. We'll plug it again. I don't think there's any New Yorkers here that aren't in this room right now, but if you do want to come out and train in a chess boxing specific training session, tomorrow,
Yep.
Sunday, 11 a.m. At Gleason's Gym, legendary boxing gym, the oldest boxing gym in America that's still running. Place where Muhammad Ali trained, Mike Tyson trained. There are 7 current world champions training out of the gym, and 133 historic world champions that have trained out of that gym. And chess boxing is now calling Gleason's home. Big thanks to the owner and Boxing Hall of Famer, Bruce Silverglade, for helping to make that happen. So we're going to host a weekly training.
Yeah, New York City Chess Boxing's new home. This isn't the first attempt to get a New York City Chess Boxing club going, but it will be the most successful, and Gleason's is the best place in the city to start it. So I'm really excited and super stoked for the opportunity that Matt's brought from United Chess Boxing for us. So the guy from Arizona, it's doable, dude. You can start it. I'm starting this here, and it just takes some dedication and a love for the sport. But this will, start going all around the United States pretty soon.
Yep, and if you want help kicking it off, if dates can align, and if I can be there, I would love to be there. So if you want someone to help lead the first couple sessions, or to help get it up off the ground, I'm happy to do that. Never been to the USA. Hope I can go someday. Absolutely, Rick. Come visit.
You got a friend in New York City.
Yeah, come train. Come train.
Hit me up. I'll pop my information. I just have Instagram, New York City Chess Boxing, and then if you want to play some chess locally in New York City, we have Bushwick Chess. We meet every Tuesday at 7 p.m. And we have about 5 events a month, and we usually have a bigger tournament on the weekends as well.
There are the 2 links to follow on Instagram if you want to check those out for New York chess and chess boxing. What's the story with your personal Instagram handle?
What's the story? It's my, people can follow it, but it's Waffle House 777. That's the story.
What's the story?
Like why it's Waffle House?
Yeah.
It's a great question. I don't know.
Okay.
I think I was really frustrated that nothing I put in would get to the link, or nothing. Okay, so my Instagram handle is Waffle House 777, which is totally random. I was trying to put in different names, nothing was working, so I was like, I'll put something silly with some numbers, and it worked, and it's kind of just stuck. Now that my club's going and chess boxing's going, maybe I'll change it to something. Probably will.
I recommend it.
Yeah, I will.
I'm from Atlanta, which is there's a Waffle House off every exit. I love Waffle House.
Hey,
But
open for sponsors.
Yeah.
Open for sponsors. Love to get sponsored by 89-cent waffles, which I think they're more expensive now. But last time I had them, I had an 89-cent chocolate chip waffle.
Oh yeah, those are good stuff.
But more visibility means, got to be more geared towards what I'm doing. Getting extreme and playing chess is more my brand. But I do like a good waffle, I tell ya. Yeah, I just pummeled them.
It was that first lead hook that really took away the confidence of the Latvian.
Yeah, once he got that little knockdown, doesn't even have to be a real knockdown. I mean, it breaks the momentum, and that's what's so cool about putting both these sports together is they both have their own set of momentum, and you got to link it together because you'll fall off the horse pretty quickly if you're not centered in what you're doing. You're right. I should change it to Pancake House. You're right. And my picture is a Scotty dog wearing classical Scottish garb. I don't think that's changing. But
Okay.
the name.
Scottish descent, I'm assuming?
Yeah, no, it's just I like Scotties. I had a Scotty when I was little. His name was Andy, and he was always my favorite dog. Little Scottish Terrier.
All right, looks like they're gearing up. The round timer has changed. I think we are finally ready for our final matchup of the night.
Pretty hyped. This, heavyweight is the golden division always. We'll have Wayne there tomorrow, right?
Yep, Wayne and I will be sparring. He's getting ready for a big matchup that is yet to be announced, but we will announce here soon. But he'll be competing for a belt.
Nice. This all reminds me that I don't know where my mouthpiece is, so I need to get a mouthpiece.
I have bought. How many? I have 7 mouthpieces, and I've put them in every bag and car and bike bag that I have. So I always have a mouthpiece on me because I get so frustrated when random opportunities come up to spar, and I don't have it. Because I really don't like sparring without a mouthpiece. I'm not worried about losing a tooth or anything, but I always cut my lips when I spar without a mouthpiece. And it's so frustrating for a week or two after you spar to still be feeling it when you sip coffee or whatever. So finally just, went on Amazon, bought 7. I have them everywhere. So always ready.
Wicked smart. I might take that advice.
Yeah. Buy cheap one on Amazon. A little one goes a long way.
Yeah, it is really smart to wear a mouthpiece. I've seen guys in the gym try to do it without and put paper towels in their mouth. It's not gonna help you.
Yeah, it's better than nothing, but get a mouthpiece.
and clean it too. Please.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think Wayne may go up against Kyle Grasser tomorrow too.
Okay.
Kyle is very eager to fight. He wants to. In Atlanta. I have a August 24th card that we're currently making matches for, and Kyle is trying to get on that card. But we'll see how he is tomorrow.
Yeah. So I was boxing for a little over 2 years, and now for the last year I haven't been consistent with boxing, but now that we're gearing back up, popping the mouthpiece back in, I'll probably, maybe not this championship, but gonna get back in the ring eventually. I'm actually training for a half Ironman in September, but I will be there and doing light sparring, but full sparring will come with time. You shouldn't go into it too quickly, although we're seeing that if you do go into it quickly, it's still pretty entertaining to watch. They put that summary so quickly. I thought I was gonna be able to comment on it of the 2 fighters.
Oh yeah.
I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, I'm sure they're doing it justice in German, but we have it muted, and even if it wasn't muted, I don't think you speak German, right?
No, I don't.
I don't speak German either, so.
I am quite the bullshit artist, so maybe I can pretend, but I don't know. I don't even think we have somebody in our club that speaks German. We have some Russians.
Nice.
But
Yeah, Russia, definitely the most developed chess boxing nation in the world. They're in over 500 schools and universities across the world, across the country, with government funding providing for Russians learning chess boxing. So
I guess somewhere down the line, Putin had to look at a piece of paper and be like, chess boxing, check, good.
Probably one of his administrators,
Yeah.
but yeah. Through the Ministry of Sport, I don't think Putin. I mean, he is a judo practitioner. He's I think it was 5th degree judo black belt. So he does know combat sports. He's he has competed prior to being a president, so people aren't just rolling over for him. He was actually winning. This is the referee from previous fights who was walking out with his countrymen. Here's Ruslan. I think we're safe saying either Ruslan. Well, but for these purposes, we'll just say the German and the Latvian.
Ruslan. Yeah, somebody in the German, I'm reading the German chat, somebody said Ginger GM got buff.
And shout out to Ginger GM. He will be fighting in the Chessboxing Nation Promotion Chessboxing Festival, July 5th through 7th. So Ginger GM will be braving the Chessboxing ring. And doing so under the Chessboxing Nation banner, which we're very excited about. And here's the German, slightly older. I think he is the 44-year-old. Latvian's 35, both heavyweight. Both pretty strong in chess, 1550, 1650. So we'll see some good chess and hopefully some good boxing and a great heavyweight match to end the night tonight.
A little bit of fireworks to end the card. I do not want to see another London, please.
You've had it with the Londons?
Yeah, I mean, I do, sometimes I'll play system openings.
I play the Jabava.
Been seeing a lot of queen pawn, though. This has all been queen pawn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of d4. Okay, we might have like kind of like a transposition to a Najdorf Sicilian.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like here. Sicilian-esque for sure.
Not after d5.
I think he's gonna play d5. I've played this.
This
and
is weird.
It is weird, and it does give White a tempo, but maybe it is good.
He's getting extremely advanced
Yeah.
central pawns, but he might be overextending himself. We'll see.
He's exchanging. He's exchanging.
That was not the move.
Yeah, his knight is going to get chased and then traded off probably by the bishop.
Further weakening the pawn structure.
Yeah, further weakening the pawn structure. But White does not do that.
Yeah, would have loved to see h3 there.
And now you're seeing Black also is getting the holes in the position since the pawn's overextended. His bishop is hemmed in still, but
That bishop's going nowhere anytime soon.
no, but it's just a very wonky, awkward position overall.
So now here comes h3, and that loses a knight.
Yep. And it's gone.
Trade off.
Yeah. He's gonna. Oh yeah. it
Develop
doesn't-
his bishop.
yeah. Yeah, White doesn't even want to take that.
Where's this king going now for White? I mean, not many safe places for it to go.
White's castling kingside for sure. I think that's a little safer than it looks actually, because he's got so many pieces over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too worried about it. I'm probably gonna bring the knight over to the center to e4. That's where I would put it. And yeah, I like I like White's position now, actually, because he's able to use the holes in the position and his extended pawns.
What do you think about c5? Is he going to push it? Try to stuff that...
He definitely can get a little
Pawn
bit
chain
more
even higher.
space. The queen's coming back.
There's the castle first.
Told you.
Smart.
He's going to go kingside. All right, now what's happening on queen d2? Attacking that knight. He doesn't see it. If queen went d2, I don't think the knight can go anywhere, and it's trapped because it's double attacked. And yeah, it doesn't look like
Good
it can
point.
go anywhere.
Yeah, that'd be a good attacking idea.
He missed that, but you know this is chess boxing. So.
And there's the bell. So fighters will be strapping up their gloves, getting ready to box. Rick says, I myself, quite young, started judo, shifted over to boxing for a long time. Not much experience. Really hope to make it to places. Been training his hardest, and with time will be a great chess boxer. I believe in you, Rick. Keep it up. And are you this good at English?
Yeah, I was saying.
Or is this through translation? How are you doing this? And if so, how did you learn your English?
And also, how many languages do you know? If it's not ChatGPT.
He said earlier that basically all Latvians speak Russian, so at least 2, 3 if he's not translating with ChatGPT.
Yeah, my wife's French, and she knows 3 languages. But yeah, that's one of the benefits of being near a bunch of different countries.
You guys need to come to some of our French chess boxing shows. We'd love them.
I'll be there. Yeah, because she's out of Toulouse, and we're actually looking like we might even be buying her childhood home in Toulouse. So.
Wow, very cool. Toulouse is probably the second most active club behind Paris. And Paul Ducher, who fought in the World Championship, just won an IFC title. He heads up the club in Toulouse. And he just headlined our last IFC card, IFC 5,
Nice.
where he beat actually a fighter out of Cologne, Germany. Hassan, very exciting fighter.
Yeah, I'll be chess boxing wherever I go, for sure. All right, I have a lot of expectations for this fight. Let's see.
Here we go. Good touch gloves, jab, and immediate grapple.
Immediately heavyweight grappling. Love it. Big smile.
Does it again. I think he's just trying to get a sense for his strength, establish some sort of distance and timing, get a little bit into the round before they start taking chances. Also, maybe he believes he has an advantageous position on the chessboard, so he's burning some of his time in the boxing ring.
Oof.
Big wide shots from the Latvian.
Yeah, the younger man is looks like he's taking a little bit of advantage of his youth and might have a better gas tank right now.
Nice shot out of the grapple from the German. It definitely shows some boxing experience to be able to fake a grapple and land an overhand.
Oh.
See if he does it again. Tyson Fury does this a lot, where he'll grapple, and then as soon as his opponent feels like a grapple is coming, they'll just kind of submit to, oh, we're grappling again, and then he'll fake a grapple and he'll land a big shot. It's another way to feint and set up for another shot. Really, really frustrated by the German promotion that is running ads when the fight is going on. So
this is for the German forces? Is this what this is?
Twitch is just running an ad.
Oh, this is Twitch. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the Marines.
Yep. So another 12 seconds here, guys. We'll be right back to the boxing.
We can't see it this far.
There is a minute left in the round. No knockdowns yet. We have a very small preview that is not on your screen, but during the ad we see a little bit.
Oh, haymakers!
We're back.
Oh, this looks
He's
over.
Stunned. We come right back in time. Big right hand lands as the final shot that puts the German down. Little blood over the right eye of the German. He looks dazed. And is he calling it? He's letting them continue. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like the Latvian is fierce, just how Rick said.
Nice lead uppercut lands as soon as he goes for the grapple. Good way to keep the grappler at bay, keep him back with that uppercut, and continuing to land big shots. Second count for the knockdown. Glad he didn't call it there. He's giving it a little bit more time. Rick calling out for his countrymen to get him. And then he's doing just that. Only 15 seconds left in the round. Will he survive? He's dancing around. He knows it's low time. He's leading with a jab. He's going for a grapple. He gets punched in the back of the head. A legal shot. If that put him down, it wouldn't count. That's called a rabbit punch. But here we are, 2 seconds, 1 second. Looks like the German will survive the round. So now, if I'm in the German's corner, what I'm coaching is take your time when you go back to the ring. You might feel like you have to win on the chessboard, but right now he's compromised. His heart rate's really high. He's been hit in the head. He needs to assess the position, compose himself before getting back to the chess. It can be very attractive and enticing to start making really quick moves, feel frantic, feel like you have to win on the board because you're losing in the ring. But you actually want to do the opposite at the beginning of the chess round. You want to compose yourself, assess the position, and try to get your heart rate back down to a manageable level. To where you can make really good decisions with the part of your brain that's better at playing chess. Right now, he's going to be stuck in his amygdala for the next 90 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on how hard that shot was. The more that he can slow his breath, it will slow his heart rate, and will be able to shift his brain's resources to his frontal lobes, to his prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that controls pattern recognition, executive function, and is the part of the brain that you want to be using when you're playing chess.
So he played the queen move that I was talking about.
He made an immediate move coming back to the board, which I would, again, not recommend, but we are back underway. I really like what the Latvian is doing. Sitting up tall, getting a lot of breath into his lungs. He already has the advantage. He doesn't need to be pressing it any further. But there we go. We have an en passant for the en passant fans in the chat.
Which should be everybody. It is always the best move to play. You always feel cool, even if it's a bad move.
En passant is forced. Yeah, tough position for black here. Pretty much regardless, you're losing a major, minor piece. You're losing that knight, or you're losing that bishop.
Yeah, looks like probably just have to take the pawn and go down the exchange, which is what happened.
Why would he take that way?
Oh, because he's just checking, and now he can just take the knight.
Okay.
It's just...
So, in between move.
And hopefully black also sees that there's a pin on the board if he lets white...
yeah, G5.
Which he doesn't see.
Bishop G5.
That's what we got.
Yep. There's a skewer attack.
Here we go. Well, this is this is classic chess boxing. The German player's down, but up.
And another rook falls. That fianchetto bishop sniping the rook on A8.
Yeah, so this is great. We have a true chess boxing match here. We'll see what will happen if we go to chess or the boxing, but we'll definitely know which way the Latvian wants it to go, as he's playing all of his best moves on chess right now and looking really sharp.
I just noticed, I think this is the eval bar. So oh no, never mind.
No, I was looking for one earlier.
I kind of like that they play without the eval bar.
Yeah, I mean, I understand for like master level chess, but this is
not bad.
No.
Black doing the smart thing and letting a lot of time come off the clock. He's at a disadvantage here.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a mate and a few moves possible.
Now, I mean, we have doubled rooks on the F file, likely after this move. Yeah. All of the pieces are connected, working together. This is a very...
The king came up, too, setting up a mate in 2.
Yeah, it's mate.
Yeah.
The queen G4 is mate.
No, but the queen can take. The queen can just take, but he'll lose the queen after rook takes H7. So the queen has to take on G5. Right, and then he'll sack the rook.
Yeah.
And then when king takes, he'll take the queen and be up a queen.
But the bell rung.
Yep.
So we have another boxing round before we can get into any kind of finishing moves. Both fighters in the corner strapping up, not liking the chances for the German fighter right now.
Yeah, I'm sure Rick's pretty stoked.
Yeah, Rick. Rick says he learned English from songs because he's a guitarist. That's pretty cool. Huge cheers from Latvia indeed.
Now that's a cut.
Yep, yeah. Unfortunately, far enough away from the eye to where it is not fight ending. Usually, if there's a deep cut around the eye that impedes vision, the doctor will come in and stop the fight. But this one is on the forehead and pretty innocuous. German using his feet, staying away, smart. We saw how getting into exchanges with the Latvian heavyweight in the last round fared for him. Back in a grapple. Much more active on his feet this round, not going right in for the grapples. A nice little shot on the exchange with the attempted grapple across, came right across the chin. Not a solid shot, but went through the chin.
And the German looked like he was going to be off his feet there, but he used the Latvian as support when he held him.
Yep, another grapple there. They do say power is the last thing to go, and that is exactly what the German needs. If he has any shot of winning this fight, it is from a power punch on the Latvian. So look for him to be setting up something big. Right now, the Latvian is landing all the big shots, though.
Yeah, he's got to save his energy. And
nice cross lands for the German right there as he bull rushes in. Some signs of life. Rick is on the edge of his seat. We are too. Yep, adjust yourself.
There you go. Assume position.
The figurative edge of our seat. I'd like to see something come behind that
got
jab
an
just like
elbow
that.
there.
But a nice roll underneath the right hand. Latvian showing very, very keen and a lot of foresight in what he knows is coming. He knows that his opponent needs a knockout. And he's thinking defense first, even as he's coming forward. He's not throwing big shots. He's not taking big risks.
Yeah.
He knows he has this fight in the bag.
Well, he is also, playing a little bit dirty. He threw an elbow, and then that was a little under the belt there from the Latvian.
Yeah, I would not say that was an intentional elbow as he was coming in, but yeah, don't suspect any dirty play from either of these guys. Intentionally.
No, not intentional, but getting hit in the balls.
Yeah, not fun. All right, Latvian jumping up and down in the corner. Another right hand just barely misses there, but no, that was on target. He was trying to end it right there. That was probably his last realistic shot. 15 seconds left in the round. Latvian in complete control. Another good lead hook lands for the Latvian, and that'll just about do it. We'll see if any other big shots come out in these last 5 seconds, but I think we're going back to the board, and we're just a few moves away from mate.
To Rick's dismay, well, looks like the German will get a chance of redemption here, as he will be up a very large exchange after this part of the game. And Black is under 2 minutes, so can he coast out of this, or no, right?
No, he has to move. Yeah, it's a 3-minute round. So.
Oh, okay. Yep. So looks like unless there's a miracle from God, I don't see this getting out of this chess round. Although those pass pawns are, a little scary. It's hard to operate when you don't have a queen.
I don't see the mating combination.
There isn't a mating combination.
Okay, all right. I thought last round you said that.
No, so the black queen has to take on g5, and when he does, White's going to take on h7.
And
check.
take the queen.
Yes,
Yep.
and then take the queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and that's what we're seeing.
Nice. Good diversion attack. Oh, the German has the white pieces. So the German was losing in boxing, but is winning in chess.
Yeah. Yeah, classic chess boxing. Chess is mightier than the sword, it looks like. Absolutely no chance here.
I mean, the chance is getting into the next round.
Yeah.
This changes what I thought the strategy was for the Latvian. He really needs more urgency in the boxing. He needs to be coming for knockout shots. He might have a strong enough defense to hold on. I don't quite see how the queen sneaks behind here. There are plenty of checks, but can he survive for 2 minutes?
I think he's going to corner the king.
I might even just sacrifice the rook for the bishop and just start picking off all the pawns.
Yeah,
I mean, just simplify, you know?
You could, but what's going to happen is the king's going to probably go to the corner, like this, and then you'll get a rook left.
And there it is?
Yeah, this is going to be over. And there's actually, no, there isn't a checkmate. But
you push that pawn, yep.
Putting on a chess clinic by the German here. And that is checkmate. Oh, nope, but he missed it. Checkmate was queen h8. But he played the bishop back.
Very nice checkmate.
Yeah.
I was actually looking at this bishop f7 move, so I would have missed it too.
Yeah, no, the bishop's gonna, all gobble time.
I mean, I think the rook takes the bishop now because the pawn is pinned, but he finds that checkmate that you had. Yep, and there it is. The German being knocked down in the first round, being stunned, coming back from adversity, persevering, and finding checkmate in the 5th of 7 rounds. Congratulations to the German Ruslan winning the Battle of the Ruslans in this main event of Chessboxing Live, United Chessboxing League in Germany. So massive victory. Love to see that style of chess boxing on display, getting beat in the ring, but coming back to win on the board. Definitely an archetypal kind of matchup, and a huge congratulations, not just to these competitors, but to the organizers for putting on a quality event in Germany. Hope this is a sign of more to come, not just in Germany, but all over Europe and eventually the United States and beyond. Definitely grateful to everyone involved. That was very close. Huge love to the Latvian. Yeah, this Latvian did a lot better than the last one, and definitely has a bright future in the sport. So, big congratulations, and love the sportsmanship on display at the end here. This is a very small community. There are not many beefs. There's not much foul play. Everyone knows everyone and ends up fighting everyone around their age and weight inevitably. So it's definitely a relationship first sport at this stage. It's great to see that on display in this event too.
But I'm hoping for the beefs, because when the beefs start happening, that's where the real money is.
Stay tuned for August 24th. We have one beef being settled that's soon to be announced, but that'll be a lot of fun, especially if you've been following the Ludwig chess boxing saga. There was a beef that erupted on Twitter that will be settled on August 24th, and that's all I'll say about that for now. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. We do have New York Chess Boxing Club launch tomorrow to prepare for. Big thanks again to the German organizers, all the chess boxers that flew in to compete. Shout out to Latvia. Thanks for being here, Rick, and holding down the fan base. And yeah, any signing off words? Any send off here?
No, I thought that was a great event. I was very interested in the chess that was going on. I thought they looked like there was almost a knockdown. Definitely really exciting, and stoked to see more from the German outfit here, which I cannot pronounce, but it's Chessboxing.
Yeah, Sheck.
Chessboxing.
Sheck and boxing. You got it. So we're going to raid the main channel, the Big Greek. You will hear some German, but they will wrap up the rest of the event. It looks like they're signing off now. But go ahead and go say hi to them for us. Actually, it looks like they're ending too. I'm going to cancel that raid and pick someone else. Let's send y'all over to Alexandra. She's a friend of the stream, and looks like she's competing in an over the board tournament. So we'll go support Alexandra. She also is interested in chess boxing in the future. Try to encourage her to do that. But thanks for being here. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll give you an update real soon on New York City chess boxing.